Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to show off a bit of gameplay in my Object 430, which is fast becoming one of my favorite Tier 9 tanks for dogfighting and just getting in close and smashing through guys. And even going in and supporting heavies in some of the pushes and stuff. So in this game, I'm going to show off a bit of gameplay pushing around with heavies and getting kind of left out. uh, I don't know. It shows a little bit of like when you play with your teammates and like you try and support them, and then you see if they try and support you back, and it sometimes it works and sometimes it does not. So in this instance here, it took a little bit of while for this game to get going, but then I decided, okay, I'm gonna go in with this IS-4 and support him and see if we can help him. And as I'm going in, the Object 705A blows one off my turret or somewhere on my tank. So I come around and hit him in the side and it doesn't go in. And I back up and I know this guy's got my butt now, so I've got to be careful. And this guy aims over at me because he wants to shoot the Tier 9 medium tank, right? And so I have side shots into this guy. I'm still giving up the back part of my tank to the guy behind me, so I decide to drive over here, bump into him just to try and keep his tracks off, and then I'm going to try and roll around in behind him here and at least get my armor to the front for this guy in the back. But he dies, and then the 705A dies, so good result there. And then we got this final push over here into the enemy team, and I'm thinking, okay, some of my other guys looked like they were going, and then no one backed me up. No one ran around the corner to push these two guys. And there was actually three guys. I didn't notice that there was a guy over to the left. So I bonked that shot into the ground. Realize I'm completely alone. So I've got to try and get some shots into this Jag Tiger E1, or Jag Panther E100. Jag Panzer E100 even. And so I've got this tier 10 heavy shooting me off to the right. So I ended up finishing him off while this guy was shooting me. So he's now paying attention to me even more, and he sees that there's a CS 53 coming down that way. So I'm loading heat at this point to just get my rounds through on this guy, because I know the armor is fairly thick. And so I end up putting another shot into him, get back around the rock, and he just wants to evidently just go shoot this other guy to try and get him dead instead of dealing with me. So I'm going to come around again, blast him one more time. And my team still was hiding around the corner. None of these guys wanted to get shot by the Skoda who was camping on the hill. And it just shows you, just because you help your team doesn't mean your team is going to help you back. So this was a bit of a crazy pushing around, and then you realize you're alone. Your team doesn't back you up. They don't go around with you. So this one here is going to be another map where I come around and fight against some of the heavy tanks, and we get this Object 777 poking around the corner, version 2, and that guy fired, so I'm going to just poke my way back around the corner and see if I can keep helping out one of my heavy tanks here. And he rotated his tank before he pulled out, so I was able to get the angle to nail that guy. It looked like it was a Conqueror. And then there was a defender over this guy, and I just wanted to make sure that he wasn't going to try and come around on me while I was fighting the rest of these guys. And I could see in the map now that they were starting to push in, and it looked like they wanted to try and line up to shoot me, but I had help here, so I wasn't completely alone. But this guy seemed to be hell-bent on wanting to come over here and shoot the medium tank. But I had a phase 1, and it looked like there was a mouse around the corner, and there was also a Skoda kind of lined up on the other corner as well. So I'm sitting here, and I'm in the corner, and I managed to bounce the shot from that guy. He just didn't want to aim his shot, I guess. So I managed to hit him there. And then this guy comes around here and manages to put one into me, but I put one into him back, so that turned out pretty good. And that guy raises his barrel as he's going down because the mouse blasted him. And we all reloaded up here, and I want to see if I can get a shot in. And that shot ended up going in pretty good. That thing's got a really weird kind of hull like the 257 has, and I thought I could maybe get that shot in there, but it ended up not working out too good. And so now I'm going to go dance on this guy because I couldn't get the shot in, and and I kept bouncing shots off him. He was really low HP, so I just decided, okay, I'll just drive up over here and I'll drive on top of him. And I kind of danced on top of his corpse for a little bit until I could pull back off, and I aimed back up into where this guy was last spotted, and that shot did end up going actually in and doing damage to that. I think it was a Kunstpanzer something in the back there. So then I just decide, okay, I might as well just push forward and see what I can do and come around on the guys that were off to my front and to my left a little bit here. So I wait for this guy to just go around to the left like he wanted to. I don't know, just fight those guys from the front. So I decided that I was going to go and try and see if I could flank and maybe get some shots into these guys over here. And this is one of the things I like about this tank. You can get some flat ground. This tank excels because the gun depression is bad. Same with the T-54, the gun depression is non-existent. So, same if these guys were a little bit down in the depression here. I decided to get over around to the right, and I'm going to probably try and put the shot into the beat-up guy first. See if I can kill him, and it didn't happen. So, just checking to see if anyone's blowing through the door there to see if I can. And then I got a shot at the TS5, and I'm going to take him down. So that's good, and that just leaves the back of the Jagdtiger. So I'm going to pull forward slightly a little bit more and put in a shot there. Now I'm taking shots in from behind because someone did blow through the door. So now I'm just going to roll over a little bit to the right just to not get shot anymore. And plunk one more into that guy and take him down. So yeah, I think they were maybe even shooting me from the door, through the doorway, not through the big blast door in the back there. So pretty fun little game. Was able to move around and flank around with this vehicle. And I'm not sure if I had the top engine at this point. Probably, maybe. But definitely enjoying this vehicle quite a bit. Seeing if I'm going to be able to track this EBR down and run him down. And those guys are always squirrely to try and get. So I just decided, where am I going to go? I mean, there's more damage over there, but the EBR is over here. And yeah, just all in all, I really like the Object 430. It's very similar to the T54, but it's a little bit more low profile, and if you jank around a fair bit, you can bounce and soak quite a lot of shots with this guy. And yeah, like for maps like this and just running around in the city, it's actually pretty decent. And I mean, for more roly-poly maps like steps and stuff, it's maybe not the best thing in the world. But instances where you don't maybe need to move as far and the maps aren't quite as big, because this one's not quite as fast, it definitely scratches the itch for fighting up close. I really love this tank. And I love the T-54. The AMX-30 is really great. The Leopard PTA is really good. M46 Patton is fully upgraded now, and I'm not sure how I feel about that one completely yet. Had a really bad run of games the other day, and then it logged me into the South American server, and I don't know why, and I ended up having 200 ping for about 4 games before I noticed that this is really bad, and why are the players all speaking Spanish or Portuguese? And yeah, so that was fun. But yeah, Object 430 definitely recommend, and I'm just cruising through this guy, and I've got about 150,000 experience on him, a little bit to go for the Object 430U, which, from what I understand, is basically a heavy medium tank, or a heavy tank medium, or whatever you want to call it. So all in all, having a lot of fun with tanks these days, and I'm gonna keep putting up videos probably every other day. So stay tuned and share the videos and help my channel kind of recover and get some of the views back that it needs to remonetize. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys again next video.